Alright, boys and germs, welcome to the Daily Crack today, and it's a beautiful day here in Melbourne. I'm just going to move you over so I'm not in a fucking hole. Beautiful day here in Melbourne. Yes, however, we're still in lockdown, so we won't shite on about that anymore. You've heard enough of my rants. Today I want to talk about what you're prioritising, and I'm talking about what you prioritise in terms of getting yourself fit and healthy. This is always something I notice when it comes to chatting to my clients about them, wanting to get back on the fitness bandwagon, and trying to figure out why they fell off it in the first place. And a lot of time what it is they're just not prioritising themselves. Okay, so you got the mum that's got 2 kids and a husband, 3 kids, and she puts everybody first before she looks after herself. And because she puts everyone first, there ends up no time in the day for her to do absolutely anything. Then you have the dad that is always trying to provide for his family. He's out working early in the morning, he's home late at night, and then when he does come home late at night, he wants to spend time with his family. And he has no time to figure out or to do the things or to think, to fit time in for himself. Then you've got the single entrepreneur that is balls deep in trying to make enough money for himself to pay his rent the next month. Working on his business flat out every day, fucking every hour of the day, and doesn't look after his own health, doesn't fit in time for him. What's the common denominator between all these people is they're not focusing on themselves in the slightest bit. So therefore, and they probably feel guilty or greedy if they do. You can put your hands up and tell me if that's you. And because they feel guilty or greedy, they completely ignore what they need. And then, because they're under eating, they're always snacking, getting frustrated because they do gain weight, because they're eating probably foods that are very calorie dense, that aren't necessarily going to benefit them mentally or physically in the long run. They see other people looking fit and healthy and promoting their fit, healthy lives on Facebook and Instagram, and they're like, fuck. Then maybe blaming and getting depressed about what's going on in the world because they have the blinkers in. They're only focused on what is in front of them. And it's this vicious circle. Probably a bit of resentment builds up towards partners and and clients and the business that you're trying to run, because you can see yourself that you're going backwards and you're putting all this time and effort into the people that's around you and the family and friends that you have, but you're not taking care of yourself. And what is it? It's not anyone else's fault. It's not anyone else's fault. It's your own. You're allowing this to happen. You got the choice and you got the ability to make the decision that I will take 1 hour of the day, of the 24 hours that's in a day, to go for a long walk, to go into my shed and do a workout, to take some time out to do something that I want, to play the PlayStation, to fill your cup back up. Because if we are always trying to fill other people's cups up, when do we look after our own? And that's probably the most important thing. If your cup is full, then you have the ability to fill others. But you must start with yours. And it's not being greedy. It's not being selfish. There should be no guilt to doing that. Because if you can't look after yourself, or you don't look after yourself, and you fail, for whatever reason, your health gets compromised, well then you're no good to be anyone else. You can't help anyone else. So remember what I'm saying here today. What are you prioritizing in your life when it comes to your own health and fitness? Because regardless of sleeping, eating, training, going for walks, getting out in the sun, supplements, any of this sort of shite, are you putting yourself first? That's the first thing. above any of their other shit. Put yourself first. That's the daily crack. Giddy up.